Welcome back. You're watching News Tonight. Now, news from the second test between India and Sri Lanka. India were facing a daunting task before the start of the day's play, but a scintillating century by Suresh Raina and the fireworks provided by, well, none other than Master Blaster Sachin Tendulkar ensured that India took the lead after Sri Lanka posted a daunting first innings total. Sachin rewrote the record books today, hammering the fifth double test century to add another feather to his well-adorned cap. Take a look at this special tribute to the Master Blaster.
Tired legs, do you like that? They've done a lot of the first two.
As the crowd erupted with pure joy, Sachin Tendulkar, tired but composed, took off his helmet, looked skyward, closed his eyes to offer a silent prayer. His captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni came down from the striker's end to shake hands and hug him. The greatest accumulator of runs in the history of cricket, Tendulkar possesses nearly all major batting records, even though he insisted he never chased milestones. Over the past 12 months though, Sachin has once again opened up a yawning gap between himself and all his contemporaries, and ensured that if at all any comparisons have to be made, they should be with another Australian, Don Bradman. Sachin Tendulkar and Suresh Raina, who came together on Wednesday, have so far added 236 runs for the fifth wicket on a pitch still favouring stroke making. Left-hander Raina went to lunch unbeaten on 112, becoming the 9th Indian to score a century in his first test, while Sachin Tendulkar was on a masterly 152 not out. Tendulkar, the world's leading run-getter, equalled West Indian Brian Lara's record of 19 scores of 150 plus. And the man that was beaten was the Australian legend Don Bradman, who did it on 18 different occasions.
And joining us live right now is the chairman of the Board of Selectors, Chris Srikanth, joins us all the way from, in fact, Chennai itself. Yet another feat by Sachin. Chris, the Master Blaster just keeps setting new benchmarks for himself, doesn't he?
I don't think you have any words to describe about this particular knock. I mean, this kind of achievement is just unheard of. And I tell you, I don't have any adjectives to describe this achievement, because I don't know what kind of benchmark. Every new series, there's a new benchmark he creates for himself. And I think that's only because of his passion for the game, commitment for the game, and he's willing to take up responsibility. And that's why he is great. I mean, I still believe a guy who's played cricket for 21 years, who's got everything, who's achieved everything in cricket, and for a guy to just motivate himself and still keep performing, you have to be a superhuman being, and that's why he's god of world cricket.
Well, that's right, Chris. In fact, that's the point that you make. You've been seeing him since 1989. Now, I think you're the best person to tell us about some of the qualities that make Sachin the man that he is. He just keeps on breaking records. What do you think makes Sachin the superman that he is?
I tell you what, I mean, as I've seen him when he made his debut in 1989, and I think as far as his personality goes, he's the same old Sachin Tendulkar. And I think he's a quiet person, what he was in 1989. But only great thing about Sachin Tendulkar in 1989 and even today is he's very assured of himself. And I think that is what has made him such a great cricketer, because he knew what he was going to do, he knew what he's up to, and he knew what he's capable of. That's why even in the debut test match in Karachi, when he had this injury in his face, when he was bleeding from mouth, he didn't just get out because he was sure of himself.
That's right, Chris. In fact, also there's been a lot of talk about where Tendulkar should bat. Many would say it would be a great idea to move Sachin from 4th to number 3. What's your take on this?
Sachin's position is number 4. It's fixed. I mean, there are certain cricketers in certain positions who will only stick to that position. He's done everything for India at number 4. This is like Gundappa Vishwanath, who was my childhood hero, one of the greatest batsmen the world has ever produced. Of course, not many people will probably know him today because not much of television those days. He was the number 4 batsman for India. Which number 1 was Sunil Gavaskar, number 4 was Gundappa Vishwanath. Same thing here. If number 1 is Virendra Sehwag, number 3 is Rahul Dravid, 4 has to be only Tendulkar.
Well, but also, Chris, absolutely the point there also being that Sachin is in tremendous form right now, and the World Cup is fast approaching. Don't you think he should be rested for a bit so that he keeps up his fitness, or should he just continue playing to capitalize on the momentum that he's built through his tremendous knocks?
I think he knows what to do, what not to do. I don't think we are in any position to advise a person like him to say, Sachin, you please rest this match, don't rest, play, don't play. I think he knows best. He's been doing it beautifully for the last 1.5, 2 years. He knows what is best for the team and what is best for himself. And I think we leave it to him. But let's face it, my dear friends. Do you think anybody else can be better in judgment of his own self than Sachin Tendulkar? Do you think you and I really matter?
Well,
I think Sachin knows what to do, what not to do. He's such a level-headed person, such a great person too.
Well, Chris, as long as he keeps playing the way he is, we don't really mind, do we? Chris Srikanth there. Thanks a lot for joining us from Adyar. That was the chairman of the Board of Selectors, Chris Srikanth, joining us on Tendulkar's immense achievement today. Now on to some more news from Chennai. People in Kodingnur aren't too impressed with the corporation because the repeated complaints that they've made to the corporation has fallen on deaf ears. They want the garbage dump next to their place to be cleared off so that they and their families can breathe easy. Cuckoo Alex goes to the area and listens to the grievances of all those who live near to the dump yard. Take a look.
North Madras develop ஆகணும்னா இந்த dumping ground must go. நொங்கபாக்கம் வியாசர்பாடி கார்ப்பரேஷன்ல சேர்த்தாங்க. அங்க dumping ground இருந்தது. அந்த dumping ground remove பண்ணி இப்போ வந்து வள்ளுவர் கோட்டம் கட்டிட்டாங்க. எந்த அளவு டெவலப் ஆயிச்சு பாருங்க.
A people's struggle that started in 1985 and took a judicial form in 2002 goes on even today. Advocate commissioners were appointed by the Madras High Court to assess the situation in the Kodingnur dump yard. And NDTV Hindu has a copy of that very report, which makes it clear that the dump yard is not even following the basic guidelines under the law. The corporation had challenged this report, but our investigations in the area showed us that the report had nothing but the truth. Not all garbage in the dump yard is covered with soil. There is an extensive foul smell throughout the area. No policemen are to be found in the police outpost right next to the dump yard. Garbage burning continues in the dump yard and there's smoke to prove it. Rag pickers continue to enter the dump yard when entry has already been restricted. Trucks that bring in garbage are not fully covered. Residents continue to have respiratory diseases.
My baby is 9-month-old. He's not able to breathe easily and we are giving artificial puff for him every day.
We are putting integrated waste management facilities so that all these problems, health hazards are taken care of. We applied to central government clearance and we expect it. Once we get it, we will do it immediately.
You cannot imagine the awful stench in this area. And there are all of 741 acres of this dump yard here in Kodingnur. The residents have to live with it every single day. In Chennai, Cuckoo Alex for NDTV Hindu.
Well, on to some national news and what could be a major setback for the powerful Reddy brothers. Karnataka has banned the export of iron ore from ports within the state. Now, this order was passed by Chief Minister B.S. Yedurappa, said to be close to the Reddy brothers. But Yedurappa said this is the only way to check illegal mining in the state. Well, in a country where millions of poor people crave 2 square meals a day and millions of children get no milk at all, the Shiv Sena has launched an agitation, ugly as it looks on the face of it, by spilling lakhs and lakhs of liters of milk. On Wednesday, the Sena stopped a milk tanker on the Satara-Pune road and drained lakhs of milk. In fact, more than 1 lakh liters of milk just on the streets, even as passers-by watched on. This is the second time they did it in 2 days. Just 2 days back, they had spilled 50,000 liters like this, only that you see on your screens, 50,000 liters on the street just 2 days back. Now, this comes after Shiv Sena asked the Maharashtra government to ban the import of milk powder, saying it will adversely impact the businesses of local dairies. Well, it's a big relief for actor Vijay, who has been hounded by Tamil Nadu's Film Exhibitors Association for successive flops. Tamil Film Producers Council President Ramanarayanan said the actors could not be held liable for failure of films at the box office. Speaking to NDTV Hindu after the Executive Council meeting, of the Tamil Film Producers Council at the South Indian Film Chamber, Ramanarayanan endorsed the view of the association that the actors could not be held responsible for the flop of the movies.
அதாவது வெற்றி தோல்விக்கு நடிகர் மட்டும் தயார் பண்ணணும்ல, அது வந்து படங்களுடைய வெற்றியினாலும் தோல்வியினாலும் அது விநியோகஸ்தர்களுடைய சம்பந்தப்பட்டதுதான். அவங்க வெற்றி எடுத்து அவங்க வந்து கொடுக்க போகிறதில்ல, தோல்வி எடுத்து எங்களுக்கு வந்து திருப்பி கேட்கறது அது மாதிரி நியாயம் கிடையாது.
Well, in fact, time for us to go to our special segment, Writing on the Wall with Divya Kumar.
Every time you see a person wearing dark glasses or shades, what do you think? They look cool, or they're trying to attract attention. They might not even be well, or they might be sleeping. Let's take a look at this status update and find out more. David Livingston says, funny is that a person works hard all his life to become a celebrity and then wears dark glasses to avoid being recognized. Looks like David has also worn dark glasses today as he's gonna come on TV. Keep in touch with us through our NDTV Hindu account on Facebook and send in your entries to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com.
Well, that's a wrap on this bulletin. News and updates continue. Stay with us.